With Holy Nerd Alliance, we are trying to build a positive community that's safe for you to listen to at work and in front of your kids and family. We understand that there are a lot of different podcasts you can listen to or videos you can watch, so it means a lot that you choose us. We ask that you join us as we build this passion project because we have a lot of ideas for the future. We want to make those ideas happen, but we have to start small. So please join us every week for our podcast and give us your feedback. Thank you and enjoy the show. To the Holy Nerd Alliance podcast, the podcast that brings you the latest and greatest news in the world of video games. I'm Jeremy, and joining me are the rest of your hosts, Tyler, Matt, and Aaron. You guys doing all right today?
Doing good.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get in the news, since this is our very first episode, we're going to just kind of get to know our hosts today with our personal background in specifically video games, but if you guys want to throw in some personal details as well, that's great. I am 24 next week as the time of recording this. So about 20 years ago was my first memory of video games. What my first memory is playing NFL Blitz on the original PlayStation with my dad. That's a fun little game. And then the first game I ever owned was the Toy Story 2 licensed video game for PlayStation. And then from then on, well, Tyler's my brother, so our stories are going to be similar, but we had GameCube, PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 1.
What? Yeah, I just said that.
You said 2.
Wait. NFL Blitz was on PlayStation 1, Tyler.
Oh,
I literally just said it.
Okay.
The worst host ever. And then from then, just continue on. I have currently Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, 3DS. No Vita. No PlayStation Vita, because no one has those.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, to my right, Mr. Young.
Yep, my name is Aaron, and I am the oldest in this group. I'm 34 years old, so my journey in video games began a long time ago. But my first system that I ever played was a Nintendo, the old classic NES. Probably the fondest memories I have of that is just kind of was the in the same room next to the same person, just talking and interacting in that way. So that's kind of what we did growing up. Yeah, I mean, fondest memories, me, my brother, and my dad just playing some games, just hanging out, and that's about the extent of my work. That's where my journey began. And recently, I own a Nintendo Switch and a 3DS.
Nice. So, I'm Tyler. I'm 19 years old, and I, like Jeremy, grew up on... What?
He's the youngest.
He's the baby.
Yeah, I'm the... So, I was... like Jeremy said, we had like the GameCube, PS2, PS1 growing up. The earliest memories I have of playing games were games like... I remember we had like a Toy Story 2 Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue for PS1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. And then Sonic Adventure 2 and Super Mario Sunshine. So... Those are some of the games I remember.
Super Mario Sunshine,
growing up.
most underrated Mario game of all time.
Yes.
Also, Super Mario RPG, but okay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Currently, I also own an Xbox One, PS4, and Switch. So, yep.
Matt?
Cool. Let's see. So I started playing video games. I'm currently 21, but I can't even talk. I started playing video games when I was like 8, I think. I think I got the GameCube. So I started. So I grew up on like Smash Brothers, Melee.
GameCube.
Yeah, that was basically all I played until I saved up enough money to buy an Xbox 360. But I only was like really limited in that because my family growing up, we lived out in the country, and so that just meant no online because there was no internet. So I had no friends that I ever played video games with. So basically, my experience was playing the campaigns of Call of Duty.
Yeah, that was the era, the 360 PlayStation 3 era. It was like the era of online multiplayer. So you kind of got
and I completely missed it.
Definitely.
And since internet was never available, when like the Xbox One or PS4 came out, I never bought one.
Yeah.
So I still have an Xbox 360, and it's just gathering dust. So I'm completely coming into this like not playing any video games in years. So I'm hopefully going to be buying Tyler's PlayStation when he buys the PS4 Pro.
Yep.
And I'm hoping to also get a Nintendo Switch here in the next month or so.
Nice.
Good choice.
Yep. All right, well, let's just jump into the news here. We got 5 news stories we're going to go over. First story, number 1, Xbox All Access. This story comes from GameSpot author Steve Watts. Microsoft has introduced a new kind of subscription model that bundles together everything you need to play on Xbox One. The Xbox All Access deal lets you purchase a new Xbox One console, along with 2 years of Xbox Live Gold and Xbox Game Pass, which is their Netflix type system where you can just download games, pay like $10 a month, right, Tyler? You have that?
Yeah.
The Xbox All Access official site lists 2 packages, an Xbox One S starting at $22 a month, or an Xbox One X starting at $35 a month. Both packages include 24 months of Gold and Game Pass, and each payment plan lasts for 24 months with no upfront cost and 0% APR. Those prices you'll end up paying $530 for the Xbox One S versus the $640 you would be if you purchased the console, Gold, and Game Pass separately. And then the Xbox One X, by comparison, ends up $840 total versus $860 for each item separately. So either way, you're getting a pretty good deal, and the monthly payments may make it a little bit easier to take the cost in this era of subscription. Netflix, Hulu, everything's a subscription now.
Yeah, I think this is a brilliant idea on Microsoft's part.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm going to start this off. I am completely, this is an unbiased opinion because I am not an Xbox fan at all, so I'll be saying that. I know. Let the boos go out now, but I think on Microsoft's part, I mean, this is a great, it's brilliant. It's budget friendly. I mean, somebody can't afford to go out and buy an Xbox One, straight up, out of pocket. It's a great way to go out and get it, and you're saving money in the long run, so you're getting a great deal either way. So I think this is a brilliant move by Xbox and Microsoft all the way.
Yeah, Xbox One was just had a terrible launch. All they talked about when they first showed it off was Madden, Call of Duty, and that you could plug your cable box into it. So exciting. So they've been a comeback. While the games haven't been exactly where they were, last gen, they've been bringing it back. They acquired 5 new studios this past. They announced at E3, so that's exciting. They're making good choices for the next generation. So I
think one of the things going into the new generation is when you get done paying that off, 24 months is going to go by, and then you're like, oh, well, okay, I want the new one. And so as soon as you get it paid off, you're going to go and buy another one anyway. So this is also, I think, a good plan, to bring people into the system who don't have it, like people like me.
Especially if they do this when the new one comes out,
right?
Because that'd be a lot easier for people to jump in.
Just the timing is because then you could also oh well, it's not going to really cost any more in my budget to go ahead and keep spending another $35 a month, and I'll just go ahead and get the new system again, and I'll sell this one that I have. So
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. I mean, it's good for like I said, just the kids who can't you have kids who can't afford to go, and then it just cuts out all the worries. The parents just pay the monthly subscription. They get the internet's all bundled in. Mm-hmm. You don't even have to buy games right away because you get free games with it, so you don't have to worry about buying the system, the internet, and then going back out and buying a $60 game for your child to play because it's all included.
Especially with the Game Pass, there's over 100 games in the Netflix style thing, and they've started this year. They are putting every new Microsoft exclusive game on Game Pass on day one. So when Crackdown 3 comes out next year, that's automatically going on there. And Forza Horizon 4 next month, that's going on there the first day. So that's really exciting, and it's really easy for people to just jump in without having to go out and spend all their cash. So, all right. Well, number 2, Cyberpunk 2077 gameplay demo revealed. They showed about 45 minutes of gameplay, and I just wanted to talk about this. Just had a president. How you say that?
Presidents. I'm not sure.
set a standard.
There you go.
For us. For those who don't know, Cyberpunk 2077 is being developed by a company called CD Projekt Red, who they developed the very popular Witcher game series. The problem with those games, as well as the upcoming Cyberpunk 2077, is they show explicit sexual content, and I don't think any of us. Aaron watched the demo. I told him, I warned him. He watched it anyways.
In my defense, it was in the notes. I was reading. I'm like, hey, gotta study.
He probably just thought there was something else. I don't know. I guess I could have been more clear in my notes.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's just. I don't think that's something we want to bring into our project here, as well. You might want to play that, and that's your own preference. There's tons of other companies will be covering this. We probably will not be. And, you might say, looking at naked people doesn't bother me. You can say that, but I think you're lying.
Pretty much.
That's all I really have to say about that. You can watch the demo if you really want to. It's 45 minutes. Everything else besides the naked ladies look good. So.
Disclaimer, prepare yourself.
Right.
It's rough.
Number 3, the Nindies Presentation. This story comes from My Nintendo News. Over the next several months, Nintendo Switch will see its already deep game library grow even more with the release of a diverse lineup of games from independent developers, or indies. During a Nindies Showcase video presentation, Nintendo highlighted just a slice of this varied lineup of indie games, which includes indie hits like Into the Breach, Hyperlight Drifter Special Edition, and Towerfall, as well as first-time releases like Zarvot and Bullet Age. The ever-growing community of talented independent developers sees the benefit of releasing creative games on the versatile Nintendo Switch, a system which can be played at home or on the go, said Steve Singer, Vice President for Nintendo of America's Publisher and Developer Relations Team. We are happy to support their work and contributions on our platform as we further grow our strong relationship. To view the Nindies Showcase video in its entirety, visit live.nintendo.com. Nintendo Switch is a great indie machine, but they put out like 30 games a week. It's insane. How could anyone possibly keep up?
Can you?
No.
Is there anyone?
Even if it was your full-time job, there's no way. It's impossible.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of indie games on Nintendo Switch, and I've heard people say, I've watched people talk, and they say, "Oh, it's bloated," and they compared it to what is it, Steam, and they were talking about how Steam's bloated with all these games, but I have to disagree with the bloating. I think it's great that multiple reasons they release these indie games on the Switch. As one, it's good for Nintendo because it just draws the attention of a lot of different people who may not be able, I know a lot of these games were released on PS4 and Xbox One, all these things, but this is a portable system where they can take it on the go. It brings attention to the indie developers who may be your future game developers who you don't know what they got in, in their minds, but also it gives a diversity for different people out there, I think, because there's so many different types of games, and maybe what I like somebody else doesn't like, and maybe what you like I don't like, so there's something on there for everybody to play. So I think it's an awesome idea on Nintendo's part, but this one I want to say I am biased because I am a super Nintendo fanatic. So. Yep.
I love there's an indie game that came out last week called The Messenger. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah,
it looks really cool. I just bought Hollow Knight on Switch, which is another indie game. It's really good. Definitely check it out if you guys should. It's actually, we'll talk about that later. But there's just an indie game for any occasion, which is good for everyone. But also, I can see where being bloated might hinder really great games like The Messenger and Hollow Knight and like Stardew Valley from being discovered. Hyperlight Drifter, all that stuff. But there's no way to really know until a couple years from now if there's a million games on Switch. And we'll just see. We'll have to wait for the data.
Well, I remember when the Switch came out, it felt like there was nothing for it.
Right.
Like you had
Zelda, and then Mario Kart, and then a couple months later, then all the indie games started rolling in.
Right,
Yeah.
but at first it was like I even thought about getting one when they first came out a couple years ago, and I'm like, is it worth it? And I'm like, there's 2 games. I'm like, eh.
So, but yeah, I mean, there's indie game for every occasion. So, number 4, Spider-Man DLC details revealed. This story comes from Jesse Wade at IGN. Insomniac Games community director James Stevenson revealed last Tuesday on the PlayStation blog the schedule and details for the first DLC from Marvel Spider-Man: The City That Never Sleeps. The DLC will consist of 3 installments, with the first chapter being Marvel Spider-Man: The Heist, and will release on October 23rd. The heist focuses on Felicia Hardy, also known as the Black Cat, and features new missions and challenges for players, along with a new faction of enemies and 3 additional Spider-Man suits. The second and third installments include Marvel Spider-Man's Turf Wars, which releases in November 2018, and Marvel Spider-Man Silver Lining that comes out the following month in December. Further details on the last 2 chapters have not been revealed, but Stevenson said each release will feature new story missions, challenges, and suits to unlock. Marvel Spider-Man: The City That Never Sleeps bundle DLC will be available for $24.99 US, or individual installments will be priced at $9.99. $9.99, not $99.99.
This is
Yeah, really.
DLC right there. This better be the best game ever.
The digital deluxe edition of the game is available for pre-order at $79.99. Includes all DLC content. I am so excited for this game, guys.
This game looks amazing.
Next week, I'm going to be raving about this game. This is how I'm going to talk about.
Well, like I was saying this before we started recording, but this is literally about 50% of the reason that I'm buying Tyler's PlayStation to play this game. So I'm pretty excited for it too.
The other percentage rate should be God of War and Last of Us.
Maybe.
Last of Us.
I'll throw Kingdom Hearts in there too,
Of course.
Well,
because
yeah.
you guys have been talking that up for months.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, if you've never experienced The Last of Us, you're missing
I've
out.
heard of it, but I've never.
Plot
you know,
twist.
like-
It's one of the best games
Yeah, it's
of all time.
it's the only video game in the world that's ever made me cry. So just throw that out there. It's like,
But Spider-Man, excited. We haven't had a very good Spider-Man game in several years. This could be my favorite game of this year. Games like God of War was really great and all that. But Spider-Man, there's just something special about him, and swinging around New York and beating up bad guys and all that. So next week, definitely going to be talking about it a bunch. So, when it comes out.
Yeah, I was talking before the show started. I think the last Spider-Man game I thoroughly enjoyed was Spider-Man: Web of Shadows.
So underrated.
It was so good.
What? You got to choose different paths. So you could use the black suit all the time.
Right.
And you'd be stronger, but you would be more evil, kind of choose darker path and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Really good game, underrated.
And of course, this could be better than that. I think the best
Definitely.
Spider-Man 2 is pretty much agreed to be Spider-Man 2 for way back when for the GameCube and PS2 and whatnot. So
That's I think that's the general consensus of everyone on the internet.
right. So I'm yeah. I'm looking forward to this.
All right. Number 5, last story of the day. Battlefield 5 delayed. This comes from GameSpot, Oscar Deus, author. Battlefield 5 has been delayed. The World War II shooter will now launch for PS4, Xbox One, and PC on November 20th, publisher EA confirmed in a statement. The company says the delay will give developer DICE additional development time to fine-tune the game as it sees fit. We're going to take the time to continue to make continue to make some final adjustments to core gameplay and to ensure we really deliver on the potential of the new Battlefield Live service, Tides of War, wrote DICE General Manager Oscar Gabrielson. We know moving the launch date means that we will have to wait a little longer, but we're going to take our time to make sure we get it right. Battlefield 5 was previously scheduled to launch on October 19th, meaning the new date represents a delay of a month. It also means the game will now be released after Red Dead Redemption 2, along with other big titles like Hitman 2 and Fallout 76. Battlefield's biggest rival, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, launches on October 12th. Finally, EA confirmed the upcoming Battlefield 5 open beta will still go live as planned on September 6th, which is this coming Thursday. For more on the shooter, check out the new character customization in the Battlefield 5 trailer. So while he says, the guy from DICE says they are going to take time to polish it a little bit more, I think that's only a little bit of the situation, because it was originally releasing between Call of Duty Black Ops 4, which is always a juggernaut, and newcomer, well, not really newcomer, but new in the installment Red Dead Redemption 2, which is made by Rockstar. They make the GTA games. Always huge. Like, those games come out. Grand Theft Auto 5 still in the top 10 games sold every month, and it's been out for 5 years. It's ridiculous. So I think it just kind of wanted to get away from that a little bit. But
yeah, I mean, I agree. I know they were stating Call of Duty Black Ops 4, it's releasing after that and so all these big games, and I don't think that Battlefield 5 definitely has nothing to worry about. I think it's competing with those games. I think Battlefield is just, I mean, again, my opinion, but I think it's a standalone game. I think it's the kind of game that everybody wants. It's one of those shooters. It's boots on the ground. I mean, the graphics are great, and when they revealed a little bit of it at E3, I was watching, and just they're increasing, which I'm a big fan of customization. I want power to create and make my own thing, and I think Battlefield 5 is definitely stepping up the game. So, and I think a month delay is not bad to push back. I mean, we've seen games push back. I mean, throw out the Kingdom Hearts 3 pushback.
It's only been delayed one time.
Hey, but
and technically it could have had a December release date, so 1 month.
Just saying, I'm not tearing down Kingdom Hearts 3, but I've seen games delayed for years. So, I mean, a month
Fantasy 15?
That hurt me.
So, Aaron, what system are you playing this on?
I will not be playing this on system. But I will tell you this, that Battlefield 5 would, if I were going to, this would be the game that would make me go out and buy a PS4. This game right here.
Bold words.
Very bold.
But I mean, yeah, Battlefield 1. So EA is still kind of on the outs with fans though, because of the whole Battlefront 2 Star Wars thing last year. That was I don't know how much you guys know about that, but they really botched microtransactions in that game and locked a lot of stuff behind paywalls, and it sold not nearly as well as they wanted to. So I think they want to really get it right with Battlefield 5, and then there's that old Miyamoto quote, who made Mario and Zelda.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
A bad game is bad forever, but a good game or a delay game is eventually good. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
All right, that's all the news we have, but we do have some new game announcements. Quite a few actually. Streets of Rage 4 has been announced, but no release date or platforms announced. So presumably probably next year sometime. I'm not too familiar with those games. I know they're like side scroller beat 'em ups, but you probably have more.
Yeah,
to say.
they're definitely just side scroller beat 'em ups. I mean, the Streets of Rage goes back.
It's like Genesis, right?
Yeah, it goes back to Genesis. I mean, I believe.
Arcades.
Yeah, they have it on arcades. I mean, you can play it on the big box arcades, and it was. I mean, it is just exactly what it is. It's just a side scrolling beat 'em up game. Usually, I think pick between 3 characters. I can't remember the names of them right now off the top of my head, but yeah, it's just a good it's pretty much all it is. It's a side-scrolling beat 'em up. It's just a good kickback, relaxed type game where you can, don't have to think too much when you're playing. So, really good game.
Cool. Number 2, Onimusha Warlords Remastered is coming out next year, January 15th, 2019, on Xbox One, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and PC for $20, which is a really good price for a new game. We were talking before. You said you might have played the first one a long time ago. But
a long time ago, yeah.
Yeah, this has been a long dormant Capcom series that they're bringing back. Also to note, January, February, and March has like a ton of new games coming out. It's ridiculous. Like Onimusha is coming out, and then there's also Resident Evil 2 remake comes out. Kingdom Hearts 3, of course, and then you got. In February, Anthem, Days Gone, Division 2's in March, I think. I think the new From Software game, I can't remember the name, with the grappling hooks and all that. I can't remember the name. Tenchu or something. I can't remember, but they're having there's no slow period in video games. Like there used to be summer. Yeah, you were playing games you had for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, there's just no slow down time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's one after another. which is good.
It's good, but it's not good.
Yeah, it's yes.
My wallet can only take so much.
Oh yeah.
Number 3, Dragalia Lost, which is Nintendo's new mobile game coming out this month, September 27th, which will be free to play. It's a new IP, so don't really know anything about it, but it's like it's mobile, so they'll have microtransactions, no doubt, and stuff. But not a lot to say about that because there's a direct out there for there, but you can watch it yourself. Number 4. I think I messed up the numbers there. Yeah, number 5.
Oh, man, you really messed up the numbers.
Yeah, what up with that?
Yeah, number 5. Number 4. Travis Strikes Again: No More Heroes, launching exclusively on Nintendo Switch. Another January game, January 18th, 2019. This was a Wii game, I think, back like 10 years ago. I think I know I'm not familiar with Travis Strikes Again at all, but it's like a weird Japanese game. But if you like weird Japanese games, there you go. Number 6, a white Xbox One X that comes with Fallout 76 comes out October 15th. I think that's a GameStop exclusive. Not 100% on that, but if you like, if you don't want the black one that they came out with. And then they're also releasing a white Elite controller and a white $200 headset, which is ridiculous.
I seen that. I seen a picture of the
$200
controller
for the headset. Woo! The controller is like $150.
Yeah, I saw a picture of it. It looked awesome.
Yeah, I mean, everyone who has an Elite controller says it's sick, but
can I just
it's
talk to it and do the job for me?
Does it play the game for you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
It's crazy. But, if you want that, there you go.
Well, that might be good for... I mean, I don't know about the controller or the headset. I mean, that's a lot of money. But I think that might be good for Xbox One. I think Fallout 76 is going to be a really great game. I know bundling it with a new system, I know that always helps boost sales, but I've never played a Fallout game myself ever, but I watched, again, E3, and Fallout 76 just looks absolutely gorgeous.
Definitely, this is the first time you can play Fallout with your friends.
Yeah.
So some people are kind of like a little iffy on it. Myself, I can never really get into I played Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. Couldn't really get into it too much. I like Elder Scrolls better. This is more I like fantasy better than mutated monsters.
Post-nuclear.
Yeah. But it's just it's good for companies to branch out and do new things, and if you like Call of Duty, you get pretty much the same thing every year. It gets old a lot. So
yeah.
So it's good to try new things.
It'd be great if I could get that Fallout 76 Xbox for $35 a month.
I know that might.
I know.
With the Elite controller in.
Oh well, no.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't push it. I mean, you get that controller though. I'm not playing with it. I'm putting it in a box. I'm putting it on a display. This thing is
class case.
Yeah, I'm wiping this thing down. I guess it's nuts.
Number 6, Xbox games with gold for September. Prison Architect, Livelock, Lego Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars, and Sega Vintage Collection Monster World. The only game I know on that list is Lego Star Wars.
Yep.
Do you know what Monster World is there?
I do not know what Monster World is.
Isn't Monster World... Is that on the Switch?
It's Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter, okay.
It's totally different.
Yeah. Well, then I don't know that.
Is that right?
Because I heard of Monster Hunter, and it sounded awesome. But I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, Monster Hunter is
Okay.
cool. If you can not break your controller.
Yeah.
Number 7, the Xbox Game Pass new games for September. Master Chief Collection, which has the first 4 Halo games. I love Halo, personally. But
Yeah.
Quantum Break. Just real quick. Quantum Break, really exciting. That's a great game. That's from the era when Xbox One was all about TV. They mixed gameplay and TV. So, the choices you make in the game gave you a TV episode that could be different from, if I played it and then you played it, we made different decisions. We would get different TV episodes.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it was live action, all this stuff is really cool. So that's a really great game. Definitely check it out if you have Xbox Game Pass. Other games I'm not too familiar with: Onrush, Aven Colony, Shadow Warrior 1, Skyforce Reloaded, Snake Pass, Manuel, Samuel, that sounds fun, Giana Sisters Twisted Dreams, and Interspace. So if any of those sound interesting, definitely give Game Pass a check. Number 8, PlayStation Plus free games for September. Destiny 2, which we talked about earlier, is really surprising because that's like a newish game. Then God of War 3 Remastered and Knowledge is Power on PlayStation 4. Here They Lie for PlayStation VR. Another World for PS3 and PS4 and Vita. Cube Director's Cut for PS3 and PS4. And Foul Play Sparkle 2 for PS4 and Vita. So if you have a PS4, PS3, a PSVR, and a Vita, there you go. Some notable game releases this week. Just real quick, like we said earlier, there's always 30 games releasing for Nintendo Switch, like indie games for all the consoles, as well as 50 more on Steam. So these are just games that I picked out. I think have a lot of say so, and people would know who and what they are. So Dragon Quest XI for Windows and PS4 on Tuesday, September 4th, getting really good reviews. And then Aaron will get his Switch version someday.
Oh yeah, eventually.
I would have got this game if Spider-Man wasn't coming out on Friday, which is another game coming out.
This game is an exciting release. For me, this is an exciting release, but again, I only have a Nintendo, and then for some reason, Nintendo don't like to release games.
Well, it's been like 10 years, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah,
Dragon Quest 9.
Dragon Quest 9 was the first playable, then they released Dragon Quest 10 only in Japan.
It's an MMO.
It's an MMO, so this is the first like RPG, official RPG release from Dragon Quest, and a very long time. And these games, the thing I like about Dragon Quest games is they don't change. Again, I'm a fan of Final Fantasy, but Dragon Quest has been just this fantasy game from the beginning till, I won't say the end, because hopefully they continue to make more, but till now, they've done this, and then they've changed, and the battle systems and things like that, but still the same, true game through and through. So, pretty excited. This is my most exciting release.
Whenever it comes to Switch. Right?
Yeah, when it comes to Switch.
Next year. Hyper Light Drifter for Nintendo Switch on Thursday, September 6th. Aaron's also excited about that.
Yep, so against Nintendo.
You played that, Tyler, though,
Yeah,
right?
I
On
almost
Xbox.
played it on Xbox. I almost beat it on Xbox One. And it was really cool, like the gameplay and everything. They really had a nice little game put together there, especially I'd never considered the game engine they used, Game Maker, to be
really?
that good. Yeah.
That's
So
impressive.
I was pretty surprised by what came from it. Definitely a great game, and I'll be picking that up at some point for the Switch.
Gone Home for Nintendo Switch. Actually, I haven't played this game. I have it on Xbox because it was a free game. I just haven't played it yet. But everyone says it's really great. Have anyone here played it?
I did the same thing. I played
It's like an 2 hour long game or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I played just the beginning. I turned it on, and that's all I got into it.
People really like it, so definitely check it out if you are interested. Look it up. NBA Live 19 for PS4 and Xbox One on Friday, September 7th. Don't really have a lot to say about that. I don't play sports video games, personally.
I don't understand. I really, and maybe this is just me personally, but like sports video games, when you could just go out and play, like you want to play NBA Live, but you can go out and play real basketball.
Unless you're like me and you suck at basketball.
Right.
Well, you suck at video games and be like, hey, look, 3 points all day long. So it's like,
yeah, but then I could play
Air
Spider-Man
conditioning.
instead.
yeah, well, if I had my choice, but...
And, leading into Marvel Spider-Man on Friday as well. And I took that day off. Next week I'm definitely... I'm playing all weekend. It's my birthday weekend, so I'm playing all weekend. I told my wife that. And she's like, you don't want to do anything? Like, go anywhere? I'm like, nope. I want to play Spider-Man all weekend. She's like, here we go. No. So, I'll definitely talk about that next week. And then we're also looking at doing a Let's Play video on YouTube for that. So, we'll let you guys know. So, that's all for the notable game releases for this week. Which brings us to what we've been playing recently. Matt, I'll just have you go first because I know you haven't.
I haven't played anything.
That's why I just go around the table. Sit, Tyler.
All right, so me. Okay, gotcha.
I have nothing.
You can play Final Fantasy on your Xbox. There you go. That's your homework.
I don't want to. I have Final Fantasy and it sucks.
Oh,
the one
Final
I have.
Fantasy 13.
The one I have.
Oh, Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
13.
yeah.
Okay, that don't count.
I have the Final Fantasy
I
13.
think that gets more crap. I think I'm going to go
especially
back
Xbox.
to it. I think that gets more crap than it deserves. So I'm going to go back someday, and I'm going to.
Isn't it like
I could never
hour
get
game?
into it personally.
Isn't it like a million hour?
Well,
game
that's all
or-
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, they suck your life out, but
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
have like no freedom and you just walk.
that's exactly the problem with Final Fantasy 13.
Exactly. Well, that's why I tried playing it.
But
And I got
that's
like
Final
20
Fantasy
hours
10.
in it.
People don't say the same thing about Final Fantasy X. That's a long hallway too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know. There's something about Final Fantasy 10 that makes it better than Final Fantasy 13.
I think the only Final Fantasy games I've ever actually enjoyed were 7, Crisis Core, and
That's a
15.
PS4 game we need. What?
And 15 as well.
No, you said Crisis Core and 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it?
Gotta go back real quick.
Okay, I did enjoy the
I know we're
original
getting
Final
completely off
Fantasy. I
topic,
played
but
the original Final Fantasy.
Tyler,
That was fun.
I don't know how you even. I mean, 7 I agree with. Crisis Core I played a little bit. It's a good game. It's
good.
connected
Quality.
to 7, so it's good. But 15.
Oh, I love 15.
Oh, yeah, 15 is
15 was
not.
good.
See, this is what I'm talking about with Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest kept it. Final Fantasy just. Man, they jacked it up. It's like
Okay.
I loved it.
But
I mean,
it's a good game. I played it to the end, but it is just not.
Oh, it's definitely not traditional.
It's not.
Right.
I mean, I'm just too old.
13's the only one that I've ever played. So when I started playing and I got 10 hours into it, I'm like, how have they made 13 of these games? This is
Oh no!
so
You gotta
stupid.
go back to the original. Go back to 1.
Well, the original Final Fantasy one was good too.
Okay,
one.
let's be honest. Okay, go back to Final Fantasy 1 remaster and then play.
Even then, it's not.
Oh,
It's not a good. I mean, it was good then, but it's not by today. It's just not.
I played it
It's
on
not-
my phone.
I think a good starting point for Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy 4.
4's a good game.
I
Four's
haven't
good.
played that one.
It's a great game.
Yeah, just move. I mean, move it. Then you get. I mean, I don't know. I still have
Cecil
a.
and all that.
I have a soft spot in my heart. I think 8 is probably like the best Final Fantasy game. I know people are like
Wow.
7 all the way, but 8 is like.
That's not a popular opinion.
I know.
I haven't played it.
8's
So I
a
don't
great.
know.
8's a great game. But go ahead, Tyler. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
I actually
you
might
just-
have my Xbox sold
You fired me up a
as
little
well,
bit.
so I might be getting a Switch here in the next couple weeks.
Ooh, there you go.
So-
Nice. Nice.
Maybe in the next couple weeks I'll have something to say.
All right.
So, games I've been playing recently. I've been playing Kingdom Hearts 2 for the 100th time. I platinumed that a little while back, and now I'm just playing through it just to play through it one more time before 3 comes out. And like I am the rest of the games in the series. And then I've also been playing Sea of Thieves lately with some friends of mine. And can I just say that the community on Sea of Thieves is so much better than when it launched?
Is people not jerks anymore?
They can be, but it's not as common.
That's good.
Like, you can pass by a ship and be like, hey, we're friendly too, alright, bye.
That's cool.
And it's
I mean, when it first came out, I played it with you guys a little bit. It's like, you know, if you didn't attack first, you're dead.
basically.
Sorry, just to go off. Like, didn't we? You were the ship captain, right? So,
Yeah, I've
and
improved.
We got stuck. We got stuck between rocks. So it was.
My steering has much improved since then.
And then Tyler, who's supposed to be the captain, just launches himself onto the other ship, and I'm still on the ship. I'm shooting with my sniper, and I look up, and there's these rocks, and I'm like, "What, Tyler? There's rocks." And I look back, Tyler's not on the wheel. Where are you going? And then and he's like, "Oh, it's not my fault. You left. You're the captain."
I have improved
awesome.
since then. So. At one point, we were playing this game. It was a while back when the Hungering Deep DLC first released, and what that did is it brought the Megalodon in the game, which was like the shark boss thing. And on this quest, we meet up with some other crews. And at first, like, we worked together on this island to try and find, like, whatever clue we were looking for next. But there's this guy the whole time speaking in, like, this, like a Ugandan knuckles. Or just, like, Ugandan accent in general. But you could tell that's what he was mimicking. And so after we sailed away, we're like, yeah, that guy was kind of interesting. And, like, we're just talking about them, and then all of a sudden we hear, I am still here. And I look to my right, and he's just standing there on our ship as we're sailing away, and we're like, where did you come from?
Magic.
But so Sea of Thieves has definitely been very fun over time. I know a lot of people left that game after launch. And then I have also been playing a little bit of Hollow Knight. That's been pretty entertaining.
Nice.
So, yep.
That's awesome.
What about you, Aaron?
I've been playing just a couple games, really. Main game I've been playing is Octopath Traveler for the Switch.
I still have not bought that.
It is a great game. I don't know if you guys have tried it, but it's
excellent.
Oh, it is a good game. I was very skeptical when it came out. I didn't know what it was going to be like, but it's Square Enix definitely stepped up their game.
I'm 100 hours in.
I'm not about half that. I'm about 50 hours in and not halfway through the game.
Yeah, it's ridiculous long.
Yeah, it is.
I've been playing that as well, and then I think I'm 40 hours in. I just started a chapter 3 on one of my dudes, Holbrick. He's a warrior dude. He's super strong. He's carries the team.
yeah.
Especially if you equip the hunter class as well, then you pretty much have every single weapon except the knife.
Oh yeah.
So
which is you get your thief, which is
right.
It's my favorite character. But yeah, no, it is a good game. It's my favorite game that I've played on the played on the Switch so far with as far as the triple or whatever A titles. AAA titles have been released on the Switch. I'm also an avid collector of DS games. I like to collect DS games, hidden gems, nothing too big, some of them. But I've been recently playing a game, and everybody can go ahead and get their last out here in a minute, but it's Xseed is the game production company, but it's called Wizard of Oz Beyond the Yellow Brick Road.
I didn't even know this was a real thing.
This is a real game. It is
I've never heard of it.
It is an RPG.
I know who Xseed is.
And it is, it's a great game. DS titles, the cool thing about the DS or the 3DS even is the games take chances. They're not your typical, you're not going to play this game on a console because they know it's probably not going to sell well. So nobody's going to be able to go out and pay $60 for a Wizard of Oz game. But I went out and paid,
Is it DS or 3DS?
The Wizard of Oz is a DS game.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I paid $10 for the game, so at GameStop, so nice. I'm it's worth it. But it's a good game.
So it's like an RPG?
It's an RPG.
You have a party and
you get Dorothy.
Tell me.
You get Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Cowardly Lion, and the Tin Man.
That's awesome.
And Toto's there with her too, always.
So a hunter situation where he attacks if he commands him to.
Yeah, well, the dog. I don't know. The dogs learn Toto's learned new tricks. So it hasn't been revealed to me what those are for yet. But you press the button.
A Pokemon where it cuts.
Yeah, I'm hoping because it'd be awesome. But it's a pretty. Xseed is a very popular company. They made popular RPGs such as Wild Arms.
Oh yeah,
one of the best. Not the best, but it's a good RPG series. Yeah, it's brand.
People like it.
Yeah,
I never played it.
PS1. They went all the way through. I believe they released games all the way up through PS3, and so it's good. But that's what I've been playing. So like I said, get the last over now. It's all right. So Jeremy,
you do you. I also been playing Octopath. I won't go over that, but 40 hours in, it's not even halfway. It's ridiculous. I think I'll be playing that till the end of time.
Yeah.
Also, other games, I've also been messing around with Hollow Knight. Really great indie game. It's also only available on Steam, besides Nintendo Switch. It's only $15 full price. I got it on sale for $9, I think it was. It's like a what they call Metroidvania, and platformer, and it's got a little bit of Dark Souls in because you collect your money or whatever. I don't remember what it's called in the game, but you use it to buy things. But if you die, you have to go back and fight a little evil version of yourself. It's really cool, and it's like a bug world. It's really cool. You fight bugs. I don't know if you are a bug. I don't know what you are. Another game I've been playing. It's kind of old. Lara Croft, Tomb Raider Anniversary for the Xbox 360. Nice. They just made it on backwards compatibility with Xbox One. So I've been playing that. I'm halfway through that. And it's cool just to see where it came from because it's a remake of the original.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then Shadow of the Tomb Raider comes out in a few weeks. It's the final release in the new trilogy, which looks really cool. I like those games too. But that's what I've been playing. So I think that's all we have for you today. So if you'd like to contact us, you can send us emails to holynerdalliance@gmail.com. Right, Matt?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. And if you enjoy our show, hit the subscribe button wherever you listen to podcasts. We are almost everywhere. iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. I was so surprised. Matt told me we were on Spotify.
We're on Spotify. We're actually, as of recording this, we're actually not on iTunes yet, but by the time it drops, we hopefully should be.
Okay.
It depends on Apple because they like to do things super slow. But yeah, we are on Spotify, which is shocking because nobody's there yet.
Yeah, I know. Like, one of the major podcasts I listen to, they couldn't get on for like 3 years. Like, and they're like, big deal, make a lot of money type people. Like, we don't make any money.
Yeah.
And you know, if you could please then go, give us a rating and review on whatever you listen to. You know, if you enjoy the show, it is super critical we get reviews these first few months. So we'll see you guys next time. Go play some good video games.